Good morning. My name is Shil from College of Medicine of Korea University. I'm sorry, but I'm not a soil scientist. My major is public health, so my presentation will be very different from others and very new to you. I'm sorry about that. My topic is effects of circulatory disease in Korean medical radiation workers. Before starting the main content, I'm going to briefly introduce radiation epidemiology. Radiation is an energy as electromagnetic waves, and the waves with the short wavelength has more energy, such as gamma ray and X-ray. Such ionized radiation is a well-known carcinogenic to humans and classified as group 1 categories by IARC. And for exposure assessment in radiation epidemiology, we use effective doses monitored by 12-bit batch and organ observed dose calculated by organ conversion coefficient. Every medical radiation worker should wear a 12-bit badge, and the unit of the radiation exposure is sievert or gray. Internationally, the effective dose limit for the public is 1 millisievert per year, and the dose limit for workers is 20 millisievert per year. Several studies suggest ionizing radiation have been linked to circulatory disease at high doses, such as radiotherapy, with exposure up to 65 gray. But at lower doses, the evidence is unclear. The report of mortality of atomic bombing survivors with exposure below 4 sievert have shown the dose response for heart disease and stroke. And another report from UK also found excess radiation-induced risk for circulatory disease at occupational and environmental dose level. A few studies on circulatory disease with low dose among medical workers. So I want to examine the effect of low dose from occupational exposure among Korean medical radiation workers. For this study, I used cohort data for about 12,000 medical workers. And for this study, for this cohort, we surveyed and collected informed consent for each person. And the questionnaire data were linked with National Dose Registry and National Health Insurance data. National Health Insurance data contains information on disease diagnosis, health examination, and disease history and life behavior. So I can adjust non-radiation confounding factors using National Health Insurance data, and this is one of the advantages of this study. Among the total population, I excluded some subjects with diagnosis of circulatory disease prior to start their work, and with disease history of circulatory disease or cancer. Finally, about 2,700 cases were identified. In a cohort study, the follow-up period is to be calculated, and it uses as a denominator for incidence rate. And the follow-up period depends on the starting point of follow-up outcomes, even if subject start their work before the beginning of follow-up outcome. In the analysis, relative risks are calculated by comparing the incidence rate for high exposed group compared with low exposed group. In a radiation epidemiology, a unique measurement called ERR, excess relative risk, is also used. It is excess risk per unit dose. This table shows the basic characteristics among non-cases and cases. The average follow-up period is about 10 years for non-cases and about 5 years among cases. And male subjects and the elderly and smoker and obese people are more distributed among cases. And I calculated cumulative heart organ dose for exposure assessment. The average heart dose of male subject is 8 milligray, and it is higher than female. And the cases are more distributed in higher dose category, and subjects with stroke is the highest cumulative dose, about 11 milligray. The relative risks for all circulatory disease and all heart disease and hypertension significantly increased with those category. And risk ischemic heart disease also increased with those, but the trend is not significant. The relative risks for stroke also show the increasing trend by increasing dose, and the coefficient of trend is higher than other subtypes. A significant increasing trend for circulatory disease with increasing dose is also found in EIR research. The risk estimates is not significant. The risk for stroke is higher than other subtypes. Analysis by different lag period, we found higher risk estimates with increasing lag period. This is consistent. This result is consistent with other studies in which the radiation-related effects are generally not seen until at least 10 years after exposure. Analysis by the attained age found the risk estimates is higher with the attained age. But this result is inconsistent with other papers. Generally, the higher risks among young people is thought to be real radiation effects because the risk estimates among the findings among older people can easily bias by aging factor or other confounding factors. So there are some limitations in this study. The population of this study have short follow-up period and received a low dose. So we need further follow-up to confirm these findings. And the population, the cases in these cases, the mixed with incidence cases and prevalence cases. So I excluded the cases occurred in the first year when the outcome follow-up, and I found the increasing trend for stroke still remained. Although there are some limitations, but the several non-radiation confounding factors are controlled in the analysis, and this is core to design, so it is less likely to recur bias. In summary, a significant increasing trend for circulatory disease with increasing dose from occupational exposure among medical radiation workers in Korea, and these results are consistent with other studies on U.S. radiology technologies. There are some consistencies with other studies. For example, higher risk estimates with longer lag period and higher risks for stroke than heart disease. But the observed EIR is relatively higher than other studies. It is possible that we used incidence cases, not mortality cases, as in other studies, and some prevalence cases are also included in our cases. And the other possibility is residual confounded by age. So the age factors could lead to bias the result in the positive direction. So this is for my presentation. Thank you for attention.
Thank you so much for giving us insights into the health effects of radiation. So obviously this is a very significant issue. Are there any questions? So that means it's a very interesting topic. It seems that many people are not that familiar, but it's very interesting. Thank you so much.